My name is Dhruv Patel. I'm currently a 19-year-old freshman at UMass Amherst. I was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania into a family of Indian immigrants. This meant I was both a part of a majority group, being male, as well as a subordinate group, being Indian. Growing up in an immigrant family, I was raised as a Hindu, which meant I was a part of another subordinate group. I grew up in an upper middle class community in Massachusetts and attended a normal public school system. Since I grew up in an upper middle class community, I grew up hanging out with mostly predominantly white friends. As a kid, I was never really exposed to racism and felt like it was no different than any of my other classmates. It wasn't until my mid-teens I realized how big of a role racism and classes played in society. Some of the kids I went to school with began discriminating not only myself, but others based on what classes they belonged to, such as their family's wealth or religion.
Hi, my name is Holly, and I'm 20 years old and a junior at UMass Amherst. I'm originally from a very small town in upstate New York, and I come from a very low-income family where I had to work 2 part-time jobs just to get my family and I by. Coming to UMass was always my dream, and if it wasn't for a full scholarship to play lacrosse here, I wouldn't be able to come. I was really excited to finally leave New York and experience something different. Coming into the school year, I was pretty nervous to make friends and thought a lot of people would judge me, for I didn't have much and what I did was not very nice. I got a random roommate from Long Island, and I was hoping she would like me for me. We did not hit it off right away, for she had a lot of nice clothes and seemed like she had no interest in being friends with me. She already had friends coming into school and didn't seem like she was looking for any new ones. I still had high hopes, though, because the first practice was starting tomorrow, and there would be 7 other girls that were coming onto the team that would be looking for friends. I went to practice the next day in some old shorts that had rips in them and wore a plain white t-shirt. The first time meeting everyone, I was really nervous, but mostly all the girls were really nice, except for a couple of seniors. I could hear them laughing at me, calling me trashy, and saying that I smelled kind of funny. I was really upset by this because I didn't choose where I came from, but I worked really hard to get where I was. I know that kind of stuff shouldn't bother me, but it did, and it makes me aware of my status.
My name is Rachel, and I am a sophomore at the University of Massachusetts Amherst. All my life, my parents stressed to me how important my religion is. Since age 4, I have attended small, private Hebrew day schools where half of the day I would be taught in English and the other half in Hebrew. My graduating class consisted of 94 students, all Jewish, all white, all upper class. I only went to camp for a couple of years, so I never had the opportunity to learn about and meet new people who are different. My parents have always encouraged me to travel since they grew up in the Bronx and have friends from all different identities. One summer, I signed up for a teen tour through a Jewish organization that travels across America for 6 months. This is my first opportunity to meet people outside of my school, even though they were all Jewish as well. Throughout this trip, I was able to learn about people all over the country. When we went to the South, people were not all that friendly to us. A man on the street started yelling anti-Semitic slurs at us as well as hateful words. I've never experienced something like that. Although I was scared, I was able to overcome this experience. It did not make me more afraid. If anything, it made me want to become more knowledgeable about people of other social identities. The reason I came to UMass is because of the diversity and large student body. I wanted to learn more about people to stop stereotyping, prejudice, and discrimination in.
My name is Richard, and I'm currently a senior at the University of Massachusetts Amherst. Here, I study applied mathematics, and I will remain a grad student next year. I grew up in northern France, where I remained until age 10. I had to move to the United States because my father took a financial executive position from a well-known French investment bank in Boston. My grandfather owned a large factory complex in my home region. This means that for at least 2 generations, my family has been in a dominant socioeconomic position and group. Until age 17, I subconsciously took all my numerous privileges for granted and was completely oblivious to the fact that there were less fortunate individuals around me. However, my parents noticed this, and at age 17, they forced me to undergo a humanitarian trip in a third world country, where I had to live like the locals for 3 weeks. Everybody deserves to be treated the same regardless of their identities or socioeconomic background. Therefore, if you are a mainly dominant person, make sure you promote discussion so that we can have a just society.
Created using Powtoon.